What's going on, and welcome back to another episode of Creative Digest, where we sit down and we talk with other creators and creatives. We talk about their processes and their experiences. Today, I'm joined with a high school friend, somebody who really kind of came out of nowhere. Matt Cook, bro, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good, man. It's honestly, it's been a little too long since the last time we talked, and it frustrates me. It does.
Yeah, yeah,
We need to catch up more than this, you know?
yeah, man. I've been working, man.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
a closed parking lot as we speak.
No, listen, and that's a fair excuse. I can't be mad about that. But my boy Matt, outside of working, outside of grinding, he is a musician, and honestly, one of the best. One of the
Oh,
best. My boy can sing. The pipes on this man is rather incredible. So
mm,
I wanted to make sure we snuck him on the podcast. So Matt, what have you been up to lately?
hey, man. So I've been working, but also I've been making music a lot. Um, I'm trying to get the funds up so I can get studio time. But I've been doing a lot of writing. Literally just making songs in my bedroom with Apple earbuds and BandLab. Like I I got a real humble, very humble setup right now, but I'm trying to get it all together. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Dude, I mean, but the stuff I've heard on your like when you put stuff on Snap or I don't know, just like whenever you release like those snippets of your pieces, I'm like, dang, bro, these need to be out. I want to listen to these on
Yeah,
repeat. They're
yeah.
absolute fire. So you're a musician, you're a singer. I gotta ask the question I ask everybody, where did Matt Cook, MC Cook, if you will, where did he get his
Uh,
start?
all right. So I was a freshman. All right. You remember me freshman year,
Yes,
eighth
yes, yes.
grade at that time. I'd always been a singer. I've sang since I was 3 years old. I could sing when I was three better than I could talk. So I was just doing that. I was in choir, all that. But I think really what made me want to start um was I really started to get a love for music, and I really started to get into rap music, R&B, different genres. Because growing up,
Mhm.
I was really introduced to country and rock, and getting introduced to different genres and finding artists that I love um, really inspired me to want to do it myself. And then I realized like I can I can rap. Like I just you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
just realization. So
Dude,
yeah.
yeah, no, and your rap stuff has been good, your R&B stuff, and I remember like, I mean, done really nothing but like get progressively better. I mean, like listening to your early stuff was fire, but then like it just keeps over time. There's like evolutionary
Yeah.
stages of the Matt Cook, voice that we all know and love. Um, did you ever sing in the talent show?
I did. So freshman to sophomore year I did it.
Okay.
Freshman year I did Location by Khalid. And
Yes.
that was
Yes.
kind of like my big moment, bro. I
Yeah.
swear.
Yeah.
Because I remember after that, that's when everybody like, oh my God, you're the kid that sang Location.
Yeah.
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 That was crazy. Sophomore year, I did a Billie Eilish song. I don't want to be you anymore.
Yes, yes. It's all
Yeah.
coming back.
Yes. And then junior and senior year, I both were canceled.
Yes,
And
because
I
COVID-19.
I never got the chance to win.
Yeah.
Kinda, that's one accolade I'll never get.
That's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
But
We don't need the accolades of Tays Valley High School. We can move
you're
past.
not lying at all.
We can move past. So you you're working on some pieces, yeah? Like you're working on some stuff to get out there. What is there anything out there? Is there anything I can listen to yet?
Um, I have two songs on Apple Music, Spotify, all streaming services. Miley and Such a Sin. They're both very like rap songs. They're
Okay.
uh one's more of a ski mask vibe, one's more of a little baby vibe. So very, very rap. On my SoundCloud is where I post all my BandLab earbud demos.
Yeah.
So there I have about 18 songs.
Shoot.
Yeah, I got an EP and a 12 track album.
Okay.
called Band Lab Tapes, just because that's really what it is. It's just,
Yeah.
it's not super high quality, but it's just putting stuff out there until I can get the funds to get a
Facts.
studio and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's
Yeah.
what's what's the SoundCloud name? What name are you under on SoundCloud?
MC Cook, of
MC
course.
Cook. That dude. Well, okay.
Okay,
So the
MC Cook, of
Spotify, the Apple Music, and the SoundCloud are all going to be linked in the show notes below, the description below.
course.
Um, People got to listen. At least the five people that listen to the podcast, they got to get a listen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we
Because
all
this
got
man,
humble beginnings, man.
no, literally, man. Like, I'm just a humble podcast host talking to a humble artist here. Because
Yes.
boy, are we at the beginning for sure. But
Oh yeah.
no, it's good, and I think there's something about personally that I really am enjoying about like the podcast that like because like I'm on like a grind right now. Like I'm just knocking out episodes with people. It's been good. Every Monday, I haven't missed a Monday. Like the podcast is coming out, and
That's all.
but like with that, and still even with you, it's like I mean, for some people, like the moms of the world are like, "Wow, love your podcast," but it's like there's
Yeah.
there's no accolades there. Um,
Yeah.
and the same with you, I'm sure. It's like the people around you are like, "Yo, your songs are gas, your songs are fire," but then
Yeah.
like just like the general public accolades aren't there. But there's
They don't
still
know you.
something that I know as like an artist, and like I know I see you're gonna make it, and like, and I hope I make it, like at least to receive some of those accolades, just because there's something about like, even though you're not getting the accolades, you're still doing it, and you
Yeah.
can tell, and so therefore you can tell whenever you're putting out work because you just enjoy making songs. You're not doing it for the streams, you're not doing it for the views, you're doing it because Matt loves to make songs, and there's a severe difference between somebody who's making it for the numbers, right? Like, I mean,
Oh
I don't want
yeah.
to be that guy, but Drake's Honestly Nevermind album, he made it for the numbers, right? Right,
Yeah.
he made it for the numbers
He made
because he got the numbers, but it just, to me, it wasn't like I
wasn't
could,
good.
yeah, it just wasn't good, and it was like, so I'm just like, you can tell the difference between when somebody's making because they enjoy what they make, and somebody who's just making to make.
You go to Take Care. Take
Yeah.
Care. He was hungry. Like
Yeah.
you could look back and tell Drake was hungry then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Take
Yeah. You
Care.
can. It's some of his best work. I mean, is his best work probably, but I mean, like you can't get you wrong. Like he makes bangers, right? I mean, if we're specifically talking about Drake, but still, yeah, you can tell in the era where he was like, I'm on my grind, and now he's like, I'm famous, but here's some more songs.
He's
So
just throwing.
yeah, and I do say all that to say because your music excites me. It always has. I've always been like, dang, this man's got it, right? Like I've always this is hype up Matt the
Oh,
Tower. So yeah, and this
much
dude, he's got
better, man.
it. You just got to get the right platform or the right producer or whatever. I mean, it
Yeah,
always
man.
just takes one, like it just takes that one time, one person hears it and they're like, dang,
Yeah.
let me put him on real quick.
And TikTok. I gotta really get on TikTok again and really start like
TikTok's the wave, dude. TikTok's the wave. I mean,
because
I can't. Yeah, go ahead.
I have 9,600 followers on TikTok from like
Shoot.
two videos that blew up like 2 years ago. But
Hmm.
they're dead followers. You know what I mean? Like it's like I'm getting like 300 views per
Yeah.
one. So
Yeah.
I just need something to hit, and you never know. The thing with TikTok is you never know.
You do never know. And what's nice is like you're making the music. You might as well lip sync over it, make sure so that it's clean audio,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Have a video literally shot on your cell phone and literally be like, have you ever been in this vibe? Well, this is the song for you. Boom. And just keep putting
yeah,
those out because you're already making the music. You might as well put the content out there to try and get the numbers.
oh
At
yeah,
least that's my take.
yeah. And when we talk about content, like after this, like after this, I'm filming a music reaction video with my friend Keegan.
Mm,
Uh, So we're starting a YouTube channel called Pass the Ox.
It's a
Yeah,
great name. That's a great
we
name.
I thought no, because we were trying to come up with a name. I was like, Pass the Ox. That's perfect.
Yeah,
But
that's a gas name.
yeah, so I want to really be diverse in content.
Hmm.
Um, it's just finding the time and the energy with working a 40-hour a week job. That's a
Yeah,
physical job. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And
yeah.
be able
And
to,
no, I agree with you, man. It's finding time to do this in like content and stuff. It's like it's so hard, man. I mean, like one trying to line up schedules because I mean, dude, like I'm a full-time student and a full-time like employee, like trying to like, whatever. And then on top of it, trying to start this, the podcast, the YouTube channel,
oh yeah,
the Instagram feed, like all that kind of stuff, like trying to still put art out there from a marketable standpoint. But like, yeah, finding time. But I
yeah.
actually Tanner is the one who told me this. Tanner's my boy, and
Clap it up for
he
Tanner. Can we get
literally did.
a love
And
that?
he told me, he was like, "You're gonna make time for what you want to make time for." Because I was talking to him about being super super busy, and he was telling me, he was like, if you want to go to college and if you want to start your own business, he's like, do it. And I was like, okay, cool. And he was like, but if you want to go to college and just have, a social life and like that's really it, or like if if I want to be the most popular kid on campus or whatever, he's like, then do that. He's like, but you're gonna have to make sacrifices somewhere. And even
Yeah,
if that means, right, you got off at 6 o'clock, you get off Lowe's at 6 o'clock, and it's like, man, I'm gassed. But it's like, let me take an hour, 1 hour, and just turn the phone off and put, unless you're using your phone to record, but put
yeah,
knock out something, whether it's one song, whether it's one song a day or a piece of content a day. And if you
yeah,
literally just take an hour, 30 minutes a day and get something like that done, at least I've noticed I'm like putting out a lot more content more often. Just because of that one little discipline. Like, I mean, me, I've had a busy day, I have people over, but it's like I'm gonna take the 45 minutes that Zoom allows me, chat it
yeah,
up, get some content out there, and catch up with my boy.
yeah, man. Yeah, same thing, man. That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Because it's one of those things where it's like it's something. It's what you're saying, by the way, is amazing advice. Shout out to Tanner. Shout out to you. Great advice. It's just I'll find, and I know consistency is super important when you're making
yeah,
content,
yeah.
but yeah, it's just something I got to keep in my mind. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because I can't be driven by numbers. That's the thing. Is like your initial reaction, I feel like, is to be driven by numbers.
Oh,
But
100%. It's I say all of this so hypocritically, right? Because I am
yeah,
so driven by numbers, but I just have to keep telling myself every time a video
yeah,
doesn't perform well, or like, I'm not seeing the videos I want on my YouTube channel. I always have to look at it and be like, dang, like nobody cares, nobody likes it. It's like, wait, no, like who are you making it for in the first place?
yeah, yeah,
Because and it's you, but you have to check yourself. Like I have to check myself all the time, man. Like it is so hard personally to stay in that mindset because like you'll have one thing that does really well, right? Like TikTok
yes,
fed you a
yes,
couple of dope, like really high performing videos. For me, I've had a couple of high performing videos, and then I'm like, oh, I got a taste of it, and I let myself fall into the praise, right?
oh
And
yeah,
And for me personally, and I've actually heard this on other podcasts and all this kind of stuff, but it's just as much as you're blocking out the negative, as much as you're blocking out, I'm not getting views, you suck at what you do, or like whatever, or you're too busy. As much as I'm blocking that out, I also have to block out the dude, you're the best photographer, you're the best rapper, dude, you're the best R&B artist. You have to block out both because both of them are going to send you into a spiral that's not good for your career.
yeah, yeah, definitely. And I mean, what the thing with being like a rapper, it's a little bit different in that way because you gotta have that confidence
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
make it like anywhere. Because I mean,
Yeah.
there's some people that can kind of like it doesn't have to be lyrically, if that makes sense. You
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
have that tone that you sound like you're really putting your best effort. And like I personally think I'm good at what I do. You know what I mean? But
100%. Yes. And you're total like there is a total difference between an ego and pride, right? You're allowed
yeah,
to be proud. You're allowed to be proud of your work. I'm so proud of what I've accomplished, but I don't let my pride turn into me having too much of an ego to be
yeah,
humble.
yeah, that makes sense. I see what you're saying.
Um, yeah, and so yes, dude, you're gas. Let me gas you up. You're extremely good artist, but
Uh,
so do you find like would you rather be identified as a rapper or like an R&B artist or both or both?
um, I personally, I think I'm an artist,
Okay,
just straight up,
an
because
artist. That's a great answer.
I do all kinds of stuff. Um, there's a lot of stuff that hasn't been heard, a lot of stuff that I haven't even done any demo for.
Yeah.
Uh, because my biggest one of my biggest inspirations, I say about two of my biggest inspirations in music is X and Mac Miller.
Mm.
And
And those are great inspirations to have. Yeah.
to look at how their music was, they were very versatile.
Yeah.
They were very, all
Oh
kinds
gosh. Yeah.
of genres, and that's the way I want to be because I feel like I I I like rapping, right? But there comes a point where that's not gonna be like what I'm doing this for. I'm doing it for me, but I want to be one of the greatest to ever do it.
Hmm.
I want to drop an album that is like a 10 out of 10. And I
Hmm.
feel like I need to be able to create art instead of just rapping on a beat.
Yeah.
You know, and I like to sing too. Um, so I like to mix it up. Like I said, when I was growing up, I listened to mostly country and rock, and I still, still love rock music. I would love to get into rock in the future, get a band together. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? On something
Yeah.
else. Um, so me personally, especially when I get an album out, when I get an actual like project, a conceptual work of art out, I
Hmm.
want to be seen as an artist. Um, people are gonna go by what they go by. You know what I mean? People are gonna say,
Yeah.
"Oh, he's
Yeah.
a,"
And
and I'm not gonna like be mad at that if that makes
hmm
sense. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
And no, dude, and I'm in that in a really similar boat actually. That's been a conversation I've been having. And I've been putting some videos out on my YouTube kind of talking about that as well. Um, but basically just like I don't want to like because I'm good at photography, I don't want to just be a photographer or
Yeah,
even more so, I don't want to just take specific kinds of photos just because that's what performs well or you'll probably have greater success if you find your niche. The amount of times I've heard people tell me lock
yeah,
into a niche, run with that, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, okay, like I guess, like I mean, I'll run with something, but for me, it's like if it's not inspiring me at that given moment, I'm not gonna make it. Like I'm not gonna just make stuff to make stuff. It's like I want to make a video that's inspiring. I want to make a podcast that's inspiring. I want to take a photo that's inspiring. And they can all be completely different, but
yeah,
it's still inspiring me at that time. And so as an artist, it's like if you want to put out a pop banger, put out a pop banger. But like if you're wanting to like spit on a track, then do that as well, right?
yeah.
Uh, because you can. So why not?
That's part of it. I ain't gonna lie, that's part of it.
Yeah. It's like
Like,
if you can, why not? I mean, that's just like saying like if you're an artist, like you're not allowed to like cook or something. It's like
yeah,
because people use that as an expressive form of whatever. It's like why? Like I mean, like why not? Like I can do it, so I'm going to do it.
yeah,
Yeah, dude. It's so, and you having inspirations. I was actually going to ask that as Mac Miller, X, which rip to absolute legends.
yeah, yeah.
But
Definitely,
those I
definitely.
mean honestly those are the best probably some of the best inspirations to have, right? You're having people who, and personally, what I find better about what I get inspired by a Mac or an X type character, or even a Juice in my, because I just, big Juice guy,
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
is,
too for sure.
but like, you can say what you want to say, and anybody can say about their music or even their mainstream stuff or whatever. But for me, it's they were on their grind before they blew up. The
Oh yeah,
amount of the amount of work that they have that's like
yeah,
buried in SoundCloud as Juice, or like just like X, all these unreleased titles, and Mac, and just like so many, like
yeah,
they were on it before. Like even like growing up in high school, Mac Miller was known as like the guy who rapped and sang, right?
yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
and he wasn't famous yet, right? And it's like, because he wasn't doing it to get on a stage, he was doing it because
It was
he
fun.
was he was a fun artist. And obviously, yes, everyone wants to have the platform. I want to have the numbers and the sponsorships for this podcast. Of course I do,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
But at the end of the day, it's like, if I don't get that, it's okay, because I'm still sitting here having a great conversation with you. I mean, if we weren't intentional about doing the podcast, when would we have had a conversation? You know?
Yeah. I was just thinking that, like, I'll be real with you. It's like there's and I have ADHD. People know. Uh,
Yeah.
it's, there is 1,000 things in my head at all times, and it's like, I tell people all the time. It's like I don't not like you anymore. Or it's like it's just
I'm just a
very for me to even think about it. Like,
Yeah, yeah. No, dude, I feel that. And so, kind of shifting gears, what is in this? It might be a challenging question or whatever, but like,
go for it.
how would you say that you like? What's like the most challenging part of being an artist? Hold on, there's a caveat, but like
Ooh.
being able to channel, like emotion, ADHD, whatever, like being able to channel that into your work.
Okay. The biggest challenge I think is getting over the fear of what people are gonna think about you. Because in the beginning, like when I first started making music, like if you remember, I started with Gucci Flip Flops remix, bro. Like I was I was rapping and I was like rapping like everyone else. And it was just braggadocious rapping when I was a freshman and had nothing. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like I want to make something hard. But like as I got older and as I really started listening to more music, as a lot of things started happening to me, and I learned to live with my emotions. I also learned how to put them into my music and put it out and not worry about being embarrassed that people know I'm sad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, because it's like I love sad music and I make sad music, and I have a lot of gut wrenching songs that are just my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And or when I was younger, I would have never released them or even thought about releasing them because I didn't want people to see me like that. But
Yep.
I at this point I understand that it's for the artistic integrity and also for myself to feel like I can be myself fully and not have to put on a facade for or put on a character.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because like, and that's the thing. I have an alter ego in mind. Like this, I have this all mapped out. I don't know if I should get into that right now or
Go for it,
if
dude. I don't care. I mean,
all right.
we're chatting it
Um,
up.
my alter ego is Majin, and
Okay.
if you watch Dragon Ball or know anything about Dragon Ball,
Yeah, dude. Love Dragon
uh,
Ball.
so Majin Buu, but not really just Majin Buu himself, just Majin in general.
Okay.
And it's basically like me, Matt, MC is me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's my more like personable side. But Majin, that's the evil and all. And I think everyone has a little bit of evil in all of them, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
if you want to call it evil, you want to call it just like a rage or whatever. but Majin's kind of like it serves two purposes. One, probably the better sounding one is like it's my way of like getting my anger out.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
two, it, more realistically, it just gives me a reason to be able to rap hard and stuff and like say things like make hard music without having to be a hard person, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Like,
Which
I mean,
I'm glad, like, and what's really nice about that is you're embracing that as your alter ego, right? Like
yeah,
the raw, authentic side of you is the raw, authentic side of you, right? Like, and so like what's not like, and so like people knowing it's like, yo, he can make some bangers, but it's like I could also still sit down with this guy and like chat and talk, and I mean, and that's the best, right? And
yeah,
personally, and kind of shifting through a couple things here, your music, art, whatever, but music especially is such a therapeutic uh
oh,
outlet,
man,
especially if you let it be, right? And me personally, I don't do it a ton, and I only release like super select ones, but like I write a lot of poetry and stuff like that now, but I'll only release like the ones that just would appeal to the public. But as far as like an outlet, I mean, it's something that I've noticed you can like writing down, or I mean literally writing down your emotions in lyric form. I mean,
yeah,
it's because sometimes you don't know what you're thinking or how you're feeling, but then it's like, wait, this song is that. This song is exactly how I'm feeling. It's exactly how I'm,
yeah,
embodying. And what's really nice is the people, what I've noticed, especially for you, the people that would you're like honestly like scared, like like what are they gonna think, like how are they gonna perceive my music, how are they gonna perceive me after I release said music, all this
yeah,
kind of stuff. They're the same people who are listening to X in like their like darkest moments, right? They're the same people who are super depressed, right? They're like, people have emotions, people have thoughts, people have whatever, and it's like, so there's no reason why I say that wrong, because people should be and are way more accepting than like we like give ourselves credit for. It's like, because
yeah,
you were the one who had courage to actually express it. Those people are going through the same things, if not worse, some people. And but you were just the first person to have the courage to express that. So
yeah.
kudos is where I'm going with that.
Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna cry happy tears after this.
Please do, please do.
Yeah, man. It's really just getting, and sometimes I don't even like write stuff down. Some days are better than others. Some songs I have, they just come to me, boom,
Yeah.
and it's like I'm nowhere near as good as Juice was, but I have had a couple times where I've had a song where I didn't write anything down, and I just the whole song just came to be,
Hmm.
boom, and it happened. But um, yeah, and I think the ones that are emotional are the ones that come easier
Hmm. Yeah,
because that
because they're
it's
real. Like they're exactly how you're feeling. You're not fabricating anything.
not fabricating anything. I'm not thinking of like, oh, what's the most clever lyric. I'm not trying to put a punchline in here
Hmm.
or trying to fit the rhyme scheme super nice. Because that's what with rap. That's what you know what I mean. To be a good
Yeah.
rapper, I want to have good lines. It's very articulate,
Hmm.
especially the flow. All this like rap is really articulate. But if I'm making like just a song expressing my feelings, singing or whatever, like it's a lot easier. I'm more focused on the sound
Hmm.
and like getting everything out. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And no, and it's honestly that's the best way that you can approach it. And going back to some of those inspirations, though, man, like the expressiveness, the ability, sorry, the ability to have authentic expressiveness while also having like super impressive rhymes or great like
Yeah,
pattern and flow and all this kind of stuff. That goes back into the This is why Mac was so good. This is why
Yeah,
X was so good and stuff like that. And
they
so it's
have
like, yeah, they had it both. Like being that double threat, it's like it's so impressive. Like, I mean, for me personally, and he goes hard. He's a great party guy, but a Jack Harlow, right? His flow is crazy. He has some party songs, but there's no substance to his music for
none.
me, right?
Yeah,
But obviously, again, going back to a Mac Miller, even some of his most mainstream music still had a ton of substance and like backstory and like
yeah.
authenticness built into it.
He created masterpieces. There's a difference
Yeah.
between a hot single and a masterpiece to me. I look up as like my another kind of big thing I've always preached is like Kendrick Lamar is the greatest
Oh,
rapper to me. So
he's
I've been,
amazing. Gosh, he's amazing.
anybody that knows me knows I love Kendrick, and
Did you like his new album?
I did, I
Okay,
did,
good, good, good.
I did. I think I would have to like cut both my ears off to not like it. I am a little biased, but
No, dude, you're okay. I mean,
I love
yeah,
Kendrick.
it's a great album. I loved it. And then some people started coming out, and I was like, "Yo, have you heard Kendrick's album?" They're like, "Yeah, it's hot trash." I'm like, "What? What?
What are you
How?"
talking? It's different. It's like people, and that's another that goes along with what I'm thinking now is like that's another reason why I don't want to put out just one sound. It's like I don't want to put something out and then people actually like it, which great, you know what I mean? But then it's
Hmm.
like, oh, you need to make another one of those,
Yeah,
and it's
and
like, bro,
yeah,
Kendrick to make To Pimp a Butterfly again.
yeah,
That was what 7 years ago. It's not happening.
yeah. It's not him. It's not him anymore. People evolve, people change. Therefore, their art's going to evolve. Their style's going to change, right? And that's why I really can't knock Drake's newest album. Obviously, though his 21 Savage collab comes
Yeah,
out tonight
yeah.
as of Friday the 28th.
Actually, no, it got pushed back. It got pushed
What?
back. Yeah,
Stop to win.
November 4th.
That's devastating. I
Yes.
literally was like, I've been looking all day.
Where?
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Why
It
why would
got
they
pushed
push it
back
back?
November
There's no it's
4th.
done, right?
I think there was oh no, their producer or one of their guys got COVID.
Screw them. I don't care. Put the album out. I don't that's
Just leave
devastating,
three of
man.
the tracks unmixed. Just
Yeah, dude, who cares? Just put it out. I don't care. Release a deluxe album later. I don't know.
yeah.
Dude, I can only imagine because like it was supposed to come out today. So if they don't have a song mixed or mastered or something right now, I can only imagine the stress they're going through right now.
Oh, oh man.
Like, oh God, yeah. I mean, I
Uh
would be freaking out.
yeah. I mean, I expect nothing but greatness from 20. I love 21 Savage. Love
Yeah.
21 Savage.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And if Drake's paired with him, like he
It's gonna
better
be a
better
banger.
come
It's gonna
right.
be a banger. And
It's
I think and I'm gonna say this right now. I think we're about to step into a whole new era of 21. Easy. Like the
he's
the sound he's about to produce is gonna be like something we haven't heard before from
he's
him.
gonna be on some legend timing now. I think he's about to hit that level. Same thing with Jid. Oh my god, I could
Oh
go
my
on,
gosh, bro. JID goes
for days
crazy.
about Jid. Oh
Ugh. Dude, well, I mean, obviously, because he did the JID did the collab with 21 Savage, right? Okay,
yeah,
so let me back this up. Back in February, I called. I literally said it, and I wish I would have tweeted it to have proof. I literally said 21 Savage is going to drop an album this year. I literally said it. Okay, but so and then all of the signs started coming out. He did the song with Pharrell Williams. He did the
yeah,
song with JID. He did another song with Drake. Just those three should be enough, but I'm pretty sure he did another one that Marshmello produced, right?
yes. He also was on a pop track too. Like
Yeah. So
he's side quests at this point. Like
exactly. And so because of all of those completed side quests, I was like, yeah, there's definitely an album coming out this year.
yeah,
Uh gosh. And yeah, I'm color me excited. Um color me excited.
yeah, yeah.
So
And
go ahead. I'm sorry. Sorry.
then there's another like the guy I'm about to reacting to, underground artist named Eli Sostre. Literally like my favorite artist right now. And he just dropped a 19 track album. I'm so
Yo,
geeked. And I don't want to like jinx anything, but he does follow me on Instagram, does follow me on Twitter. We
shoot.
have the for I might, and also his producer Soriano is one of the best I've ever heard. I might be able to get a connection there if I.
Yo.
That's like my main goal right now because I'm a huge fan of him, and like he's inspired my sound a good bit.
Yo, dude, let me put you on. And we'll talk about it later. I got an artist to put you on to.
Okay.
Crazy. And I think he would like follow your vibe because he just like does what he wants. He he'll put out an R&B track, he'll put out a pop track, he'll put out some bangers in the rap world.
Yeah.
And on top of it, he's like a musician and like plays the trumpet and stuff. Like
Uh-huh.
super gas, super gas. But we're coming in on the final 3 minutes. Matt, do you have anything else you want to say? Any upcoming projects you want to make sure we're promoting the heck out of?
Okay. Um, Before I even get to that, I want to say thank you for bringing me on.
Dude,
And bro, I see what you're doing. What you're doing is great. This is awesome. I've never been on a podcast before. My light went out. We're
dang.
falling. But I do have a couple songs. I Don't Care, which was a SoundCloud song that actually got pretty good reputation or plays. It got like 600 plays.
That's dope.
And that was just a bad version. That's going to be out on Apple Music in a few weeks. I am currently working on an album called Duality. First nine, it's a 9-9, like a double album. Basic concept, duality. First 9 tracks are rap bangers. Next 9 tracks are totally different. So I got that coming out. YouTube videos, TikToks, MC Matt Cook on all social medias, and MC Cook on all streaming services.
Dude, I
That's
love it.
basically
And all of the things that have links currently, they're all going to be down in the show notes below. So make sure that you follow my boy. Give him a subscribe, a follow, so that you don't miss when the tracks come out or miss when he makes a video. Dude, Matt, again, appreciate you for coming on, and thanks so much everybody for listening. So make sure you go to the YouTube channel for Creative Digest to watch the video form, as well as go to the Spotify and the Apple Music. Make sure that you follow so that you never miss an episode.
five
Matt,
star.
tune
Five
in
star.
next week when Matt learns how to rap all of his lyrics backwards.
Yeah, let's do it.